Hello and welcome to another video with myself, Rev.ArleneC at the Sacred Pearl podcast. It's been quite a while since I've shared a video through the podcast. To be honest, I'm still not exactly 100% sure which direction I am taking with the podcast as I move forward. I don't even know if I'm going to still be calling it a podcast. Is it going to be more of a vlog? I don't know. All I know is that, again, as always, I'm constantly going through these shifts and learning experiences, evolving and growing. What I wanted to do, my initial intention with the podcast hasn't gone that way. It's constantly taken different turns. So I really don't know exactly. But for right now, I'll still just call it the Sacred Pearl podcast and share the information I've been given today. So with that being said, there is a good opportunity or a good chance, not really opportunity, I guess, but there's a good chance that this information may not sit well with everyone. And that's going to have to be okay. I can't change the fact that this is something I've been guided to share. And I hopefully, again, as always, I hope that I can articulate it in a manner that makes sense and brings forward the highest of alignment to all as this is being shared. So, just for, time's sake, it's January 29th, 2026. So, I created a post on my Instagram and Facebook page that you can always go back to, you can always check out, about portals. So that was one kind of info that came up about, these date portals that keep popping up, right? So like we'll probably have one on February 2nd, right? Because it's 2/2, something like that or whatever. But anyways, so that's something else you can check about, what a quick little something that was written about that. And maybe eventually I'll share more. But the one that came through for the last couple of days, and I've been kind of sitting with it and still felt pushed to share, is about connecting, tapping into the collective energy. And I guess in a way that's probably why there's been these, or it still doesn't, I don't know if it's still like posting things as energy messages really make sense. I guess it's in a way, I don't know, because I don't really want it to be a collective message, because that isn't for many where the energy sits or aligns with them anymore. And okay, so let me track back a little bit. So this will make sense for some and will resonate with some. And again, it's not to say that anyone is further ahead or better than anyone. It's not what I'm saying here. Never what I believe. It is just that we are all experiencing different phases as we continue to evolve and grow. And there are going to be some who, for them, connecting to the collective is still serving a purpose. Because, as it's always been said, we are all here playing our role perfectly. Everybody has a role to play. Everyone is here to do something. And it's not really our place to judge that. So, I am speaking to those who are going to be connected to this phase in their journey. So, you're going to start noticing that connecting or tapping into the collective no longer feels in alignment, because your frequency is no longer in alignment with the collective that is currently out there, because you do not exist in that dimensional frequency, in that dimensional consciousness. So what happens is, more often than not now, it is about it feeling really off-center. Like I said, you're not going to align with it. It's going to kind of feel icky, really. It's going to just kind of give you a very visceral feeling in your body when you think about or trying to connect to the collective. Because, again, like I said, you are no longer living in that dimensional reality. That dimensional reality that's out there is not your reality. So it hurts almost. It's a struggle to try to connect to that because there is no alignment. So what is happening for many in this phase now, you have created and brought yourself to a different dimensional energy. You sit in a different level of consciousness. So it is this consciousness of always going within, right? You're always within and connected to God's source. That's it. And I do this not because you're going up, because when you are ascending, you're actually not really going up. You're kind of coming in down. So it's like it is all becoming within and now in your gateway, right? Your gateway, your heart center, your heart portal. That is the only portal that really exists, which is actually a gateway. It's your heart now. Those outside portals don't really, again, coincide with you. They don't connect with you anymore because there's nothing outside of you that is more, that holds more truth than what is inside you when you are truly connecting to God's source and that clear, clean connection. And you're going to be finding that more and more, that you need to just turn everything off, and just be within, practicing your breathing, being in that space of everything else is kind of shut out. It's like almost like you have noise canceling headphones on and everything else is just playing out for you. Like, so you can, if your eyes are open, you can still see everything, but because you can't really hear it or you're not really fully focused, it has no impact on you. And that's what's happening, because right now, for many who are still needing the collective energies to help them in navigating their consciousness, navigating their progress, and where they're moving in their growth, they still need that. But for those, like I said, those that I'm talking to right now, you don't need that anymore, or you don't need that one at least, because the reality out there is not your reality, like I said. The reality out there right now are still playing in many of the games that are happening. It's very much still playing in the density, in the delusions, in the distractions, in the illusions, in the one versus the other, the conquering, the I'm right, you're wrong. They still play in like, there's, critical thinking isn't allowed, opinions aren't allowed, right? And you're not playing in that anymore. So that's why you only go within. And then what's happening is, because you are going in deeper into that inner gateway, connecting and making that connection, that bridge to God so much stronger, it actually sends out like an antenna to those others who are in that same alignment as you, right? So that tribe or that community. And it's like that connects to them. And then eventually you start to see that you are connecting more. Eventually you connect to that tribe or that community, or just connecting to that energy that then emanates and shoots out into the world, helping to continue to bring more softness into Earth right now, or whatever this reality is, and shifting the energy within the world, which is kind of interesting too. Like, I haven't pay too much attention to it, but I do see that it pops up, that you had the Buddhist monks traveling. So it's almost like something like that. So it's like almost like we are all having this ability to connect into that energy that the Buddhist monks during this walk are doing. And we're like helping to amplify that. We're helping to amplify the energy of God's source, of Christ consciousness that is truly trying to come through now. Almost like, bringing more depth and more of like a physical, visceral, type of sensation to living in Christ consciousness, walking more as Jesus walked and what Jesus taught and what Jesus shared, to help all of us shift and to bring more of that Christ consciousness within, that love, unconditional love within, more of that compassion, to look at everyone as your brother and sister, to look at everyone as an aspect, a fractal of you, and that we are all fractals, all broken parts of ourselves are in everyone and everyone within us, because there is no separation. So right now, for there's going to be many that this will connect with, or for some they'll be like, oh, that makes sense, because maybe they were feeling something different but they didn't know exactly what that was. So I'm going to trust that this is going to connect to who it needs to connect with, and that the information will be shared in a way that will be that like, aha, right, the light bulb, right, in the moment for them. Because it was an interesting moment for me too, when I was sensing that more and more, where it's like, it's no more like it's not that I could really be doing these collective messages anymore, or it's not really about the collective anymore. It's an energy, because that's all that there really is. Everything is energy, right? So it's more of like, okay, what are these energies speaking now? And again, it is always about coming back to you, right? And that's why these energies are important, and understanding that there is nothing outside of you. Everything always comes back to you, needing to sit down with yourself, having that true, honest, vulnerable, raw, uncomfortable conversation with you, so that you can connect through that, walk through those fires, and know that it might feel like it's painful or feels like it's burning you, but it really isn't. And if it is burning, it's burning away what no longer resonates. And it's kind of like lighting that match under your butt, so that you jump forward and take the steps that you need to take for you, so that in becoming the best version of you, then that makes it where it gives you the ability to then show up as the best version of yourself for humanity. Surrounding you all in love. Please let me know, your thoughts, how you feel about this message, if it resonates with you, if it's giving you something to think about. I'm always happy just to, have this conversation. And that's my whole point with anything that I share. It is an opportunity for conversation, and that it should be, and that everybody should know that this is a safe space to share that, and that if there is any time where it doesn't become safe, and there is, this harsh communication with each other and of judgment and you're right, you're wrong, or blah blah blah, nobody gives an opportunity to just share their thoughts and feelings, then that won't be allowed. I'm sorry, I won't let that happen through my channel. Everybody deserves the right to share their thoughts and how they feel without having to talk down to somebody, to degrade anybody. I'm sorry, I don't play those games, and I'm not here to play games. And I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to tell you what you need to hear, because that's just how my team is, and it would always be done with as much love and grace as I can bring forward, but sometimes it is going to be right to the point, and that's just how my people work. surrounding you all in love, in peace, grace, harmony, and balance. You know, offering a space of strength to help you as you come face to face with anything that is coming forward to help push you into more growth and evolution for yourself. Till next time.